Have you ever caught yourself thinking, I just don't have the energy I used to? Maybe getting out of bed in the morning feels more like a chore than it used to. Or perhaps you've noticed the little things, like climbing stairs or carrying groceries, starting to feel just a bit heavier. You're not imagining it. Aging brings changes, but what if I told you, there are simple, practical things you can do right now that could add more healthy, happy years to your life? I'm not talking about running marathons or going on some extreme diet. I'm talking about easy habits, things you can start today, that have been shown to improve your health and even extend your lifespan. The best part? You don't need to be in perfect shape or have a fancy gym membership. These are everyday practices that anyone over 70 can do, right in the comfort of your own home. So let's start with one that might surprise you, just moving your body a little more. Now, before you sigh and think, I already do enough walking around the house, hear me out. You don't need to run or even walk fast. Simply standing up and stretching every hour if you've been sitting for a while, or taking a short stroll around the block, can make a world of difference. Researchers have found that light, consistent movement throughout the day improves circulation, supports your joints, and keeps your muscles active. Think of it this way, your body is like a car. If you leave it parked too long, things start to rust. But if you take it for regular little drives, everything stays in working order. That's exactly what gentle movement does for you. Even something as simple as dancing around the living room to your favorite old song can get your heart pumping in the best way. Now, let's talk about something even more overlooked, how you breathe. You might be thinking, I've been breathing my whole life, I've got that covered. But here's the thing, most of us, especially when we're stressed or tired, tend to take shallow breaths without realizing it. Deep breathing isn't just about relaxing, it actually helps your body process oxygen better, which affects everything from your energy levels to your brain function. Try this with me right now, inhale slowly through your nose, 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale gently through your mouth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That simple rhythm signals your nervous system to calm down, lowers your heart rate, and improves oxygen flow. Just a few minutes of deep breathing in the morning or before bed can do wonders for your sleep, digestion, and even blood pressure. And speaking of sleep, let's not forget how essential that is. I know, sometimes it feels like sleep gets harder as we get older. You might find yourself waking up more during the night, or struggling to fall asleep at all. But instead of fighting with your pillow, try creating a routine that tells your body it's time to wind down. Maybe that's turning off bright screens an hour before bed, or listening to soft music while sipping some warm herbal tea. Creating these cues helps your brain shift into rest mode, so you're not just sleeping longer, but sleeping better. There's another simple practice that goes hand in hand with restful sleep and longevity, gratitude. Yes, I mean the simple act of thinking about what you're thankful for. It might sound small or even silly, but science shows that people who focus on the good things, even if they're tiny, tend to live longer and feel happier. Think about it, have you ever ended your day by thinking about everything that went wrong? The aches, the frustrations, the news on TV. Now imagine ending it by remembering the smile from a grandchild's visit, the taste of that sweet mango you had at lunch, or even the way the breeze felt while you sat outside. Shifting your focus, even for a moment, trains your brain to spot the positive. And over time, it strengthens your heart, boosts your immune system, and reduces your stress. A good way to practice this? Keep a little notebook or even a sticky note near your bed, and before you sleep, jot down just one thing you're grateful for that day. You'll be amazed how this tiny habit creates a bigger sense of joy and peace inside you. You see, it's not about doing anything extreme or complicated. It's the small, daily things that quietly add up over time, like gentle movements, deeper breaths, better sleep, and grateful thoughts. These are the building blocks to a longer, stronger life, one that's not just about adding years to your days, but more life to your years. There's something else that doesn't get enough credit when it comes to living longer, connection. And I'm not just talking about having dozens of friends or going to big social events every week. I mean genuine connection, having even one person you can talk to, share a laugh with, or sit in silence comfortably beside. It's those moments that feed the soul in ways vitamins and supplements never could. You see, we're wired for connection. Our brains and hearts actually respond positively to warmth from others. Just hearing someone say your name with kindness or getting a hug from a loved one can trigger the release of hormones that lower blood pressure and reduce stress. And when we feel cared for, we take better care of ourselves too. It's easier to go for that short walk, eat that healthy meal, or keep up with doctor visits when you're not doing it all alone. Now, I know life changes after 70. Friends move away, loved ones pass on, and our social circles often shrink without us realizing. But connection doesn't have to mean a room full of people. It can start with one conversation. Maybe it's the neighbor you've waved at but never really talked to. Maybe it's your grown children or even the cashier at your local grocery store. When you make eye contact, when you ask how someone's day is and truly listen to the answer, it matters. It fills something inside you. And the beautiful thing is, it fills them, too. If it feels hard to reach out, start small. A simple, "How have you been lately?" can open a door. And if distance or mobility makes that difficult, consider phone calls, video chats, or even writing letters. Don't underestimate the joy that comes from sending or receiving a heartfelt note. In fact, some studies show that regular social interaction, even in small doses, can lower your risk of dementia, depression, and even chronic illness. Now, while connection feeds the heart, there's one more quiet practice that often gets overlooked, but it's incredibly powerful: curiosity. Staying curious about the world around you, even in the smallest way, is like watering a plant that refuses to stop growing. Whether it's learning a new recipe, reading about a topic you've never explored, or simply asking your grandchildren about the latest trends, curiosity keeps the brain alive. You don't have to enroll in a course or pick up a textbook. Just allowing yourself to wonder, how do birds know how to fly in a V shape, or what would it be like to visit a lavender farm? Opens new mental pathways. It encourages growth, keeps memory sharper, and gives you something to look forward to. You're never too old to be fascinated. In fact, that spark of interest, that desire to know or do something new, is what keeps us young on the inside. Try it. Pick one thing this week that you've never done before. It doesn't have to be big. Maybe it's trying a new tea. Or listening to a kind of music you never liked before, just to see if your taste has changed. The goal isn't to master something, it's to feel the excitement of experiencing life, no matter your age. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about living longer, it's about staying alive in the way you feel, the way you think, and the way you love. And that brings us to something deeply personal, but incredibly vital: your mindset. The thoughts you think, the words you speak to yourself when no one's around, those have more power than we realize. Have you ever caught yourself saying, "I'm too old for that," or "It's too late for me to change"? We've all been there. But here's the truth: aging doesn't mean fading away. It means evolving. It means having wisdom, resilience, and perspective that younger folks are still chasing. So when those voices in your head try to convince you that your best days are behind you, talk back to them. Gently but firmly. Remind yourself of everything you've overcome. The decades of experience, the love you've given, the lives you've touched. That matters. You matter. And it's never too late to wake up and decide to make today a little healthier, a little lighter, a little more joyful. Each breath you take, each step you make, each time you smile at someone, it all adds to the story of your life. And the beautiful thing? You're still writing it. And sometimes, writing that story means making peace with slowing down, not in spirit, but in pace. The world might be moving faster, noisier than before, but that doesn't mean you have to keep up with all of it. In fact, the real gift of aging is that you no longer need to rush. You've earned the right to pause, to breathe, to notice the little things that others might miss: the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the sound of birds in the morning, the smile of a stranger who reminds you that kindness still exists. You see, longevity isn't just about science, it's also about presence. Truly being here, in this moment. And while medical advice and health practices are important, so is choosing to live in a way that feels meaningful to you. That could mean reconnecting with your faith, tending to a garden, or finally painting that picture you've always imagined. It's in these moments that your body relaxes, your heart softens, and your soul stretches just a little more toward peace. So let's come back to those simple practices. The first one, movement, keeps the body in motion. The second, deep breathing, brings calm and clarity. The third, connection, nourishes your emotional health. And the fourth, curiosity, keeps your mind young and open. Together, they form a foundation, a quiet but powerful rhythm that helps your body and mind thrive beyond the age of 70. Now, I know some days will be harder than others. There may be mornings when your knees ache, or your energy feels low, or your thoughts wander into worry. That's okay. Those days are part of the journey too. But on those days, try to return to something simple. Stand up and stretch. Take one deep breath. Call someone you care about. Read a single page of something new. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be yours. You'd be surprised at how these tiny actions ripple through your body and spirit. They remind you that you're not powerless. That you can still influence your health, your happiness, and even your future, no matter what your birth certificate says. There's a kind of quiet strength that comes from choosing to keep going, to keep growing, to keep caring. And that strength is the true secret to long life. Because living longer isn't just about adding time to your life, it's about adding life to your time. It's the joy of waking up with something to look forward to. The peace that comes from knowing you're doing your best, even if today's best looks different than yesterday's. And it's the deep, unwavering sense that your story still matters. So if no one's told you today, you are doing a wonderful job. You are not behind. You are not too late. Every step you take to care for yourself, no matter how small, is a step toward more vibrant days ahead. Before we go, I want to leave you with this. Imagine yourself a few years from now, healthier, more energetic, filled with even more wisdom and ease. That future version of you. They'll look back and be grateful that you started today. With one stretch, one breath, one connection, one spark of curiosity. You're still here, still growing, still glowing. And that, my friend, is something worth celebrating. Thank you for spending this time with me. If any of this resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Share what little habits have helped you feel better, move better, or smile more. Your words might be the exact encouragement someone else needs today. And if you'd like more content like this, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on future stories and health tips made just for you. Here's to living not just longer, but better. Here's to savoring every chapter, no matter the number on the page. And here's to you, living your best life, at any age.